All right, so when we are finding slope of a graph, it is the change in the y's, which is rise, so when you go up, over the change in x's, which is the run. And then if you're reading left to right, if it's going up or increasing, it's going to be a positive slope. If from left to right, if it's going down or decreasing, it's going to be a negative slope. If it's flat, like the horizon or the floor, think of that as like a zero, like there's no incline if you were just walking on a flat surface. And then if it's perfectly up and down, that's undefined. Like I don't know, you can't climb a wall, is how I always think about it. So if I'm down here looking at these problems, there's two dots already pointed out for you. So for the first one here, you can see a dot here and a dot here. Okay. I would always start with your lowest dot so that you're counting up. So find your lowest dot and count up. So I'd have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I had to go up 7, and then, well, it looks like a 1, but that's a 7. And then you're going to count right or left. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And if you go right, it's positive. If you have to go left, it's negative. So I went right, so this is positive. And then reduce it if you can, but 7/4 does not reduce. So for number 2, your dot's here and here. Okay, start with the lowest dot, so the farthest to the bottom. So I'm going to start with this dot. Count up. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 up. And then over. So I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And I went left. So this is going to be a negative slope. So if you have to go left, it's going to be negative. And then if this reduces, you reduce it. So 3/9 actually reduces to 1/3. So this would be your final answer. And then these two bottom ones, super easy. Remember, if it's perfectly flat, like I can't count up or over, the dots are in the same line flat. This would be your slope of 0. And in this one, it's perfectly up and down. So this would be your undefined slope. So if you can't count up and over, it's 0 if it's flat or undefined if it's vertical. All right, I'll do 2 more. So go to 5 and 6 on the back. So dot, dot, count up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, and 1, 2, 3 over, and I went right, so it's positive. Sorry, I don't know why it's so glary. 5 over, or up, 3 over, positive, and then 5/3 does not reduce. And then for 6, start your lowest dot, 1, 2, 3 up, and then 1 over, and I went left, so it would be negative. It doesn't matter where you put the negative as long as you have the negative. So you can put it out front or with a 3, it doesn't matter. All right, so turn to page 3. All right, so what if they don't give you a graph, but instead they give you 2 points? So here's the slope formula. You do always get the slope formula, so you don't have to memorize it. All you're doing is subtracting your y's for the numerator and then subtracting your x's for the denominators. Just be careful with the subtraction of negative, and be careful, make sure your x's are your x's and your y's are your y's. So for the first one, if you forget, it's x, y, x, y. So the x's are the first numbers and the y's are the second numbers. It doesn't really matter which y you start with. The formula is the second one. So I'm just going to follow the formula. So the formula is the second y minus the first y. So this 3 minus that 1 over the second x, which is 4, minus the first x, which is also 1. So 3 minus 1 is 2. And then 4 minus 1 is 3. And then if it doesn't reduce, leave it as is. I don't know why this is so shiny. I'll try to use a different pen. 2 over 3. All right, so for number 2, same thing. This is my first x. This is my second, or my first y. Second x, second y. Label them if it confuses you. So the formula is my second y minus my first y over my second x minus, this is where you gotta be careful, minus -2. So it's a double negative. This subtraction is different than that negative. So -2 minus 4 is -6. And then 10 minus -2 is 12. Because 2 negatives make a positive. And then 6 over 12 reduces to -1/2. All right, so for 3, xy. So my second y is -5 minus my first y is 5. -8 minus -4. So -5 minus 5 is -10. And then -8 plus 4, because 2 negatives make a positive, would be -4. And if you don't know how to reduce this in your calculator, call us over. But 10 over 4, -10 over -4 actually reduces to 5/2. Your calculator does this for you. I'll do one more. So 4 minus 0 over -2 minus 10. So I get 4 on the top, -12 on the bottom, and then 4 over 12 reduces to 1 over 3. So you get -1/3. So as long as you get your x's and y's straight and be careful with your negatives, you should be able to just follow the formula.